Floods can form after heavy rain over a long period or when a large snowfall melts. There are many different types of flooding which fall under three main categories. The first results from overflow. After heavy rain, a river can burst its banks. The water can engulf entire valleys far from the precipitation zone. Other tributaries add to the flow of water, worsening the deluge further downstream. The second type of flooding involves the accumulation of water in lowlands or basins. In normal weather conditions, water is absorbed into the ground and merges with the water table. When the ground is saturated, water builds up in low-lying areas. Runoff then quickly fills the valley and its waterways. The third type is caused by urbanization in flood-prone areas. Excess water passing through drainage systems can accumulate in low-lying zones. This effect is worsened by the coverage of land with buildings and impermeable surfaces such as concrete. Less water can be absorbed into the ground, overloading sewers.
Wherever you are in the world, when floods strike, they devastate lives, killing animals and destroying crops, causing widespread destruction of property, and, in the worst cases, resulting in hundreds or even thousands of deaths, not just from drowning, but from the spread of diseases that often follow. But the effects of floods depend on where you live and the resources you have to deal with them. Being born in Bangladesh means you'll not only grow up in the most flood-prone country in the world, it also means you're likely to be poor, and that means you'll be less able to deal with floods when they inevitably arrive. In 1998, Bangladeshis experienced one of their worst ever floods. The children might look like they're having fun, but this flood made more than 30 million people homeless, and 2/3 of the country remained underwater for over 50 days. A decade later, many people are only just beginning to recover, but with climate change raising sea levels and affecting weather patterns, many believe events like this are about to become much more common. But so much sand and silt has been deposited on the riverbed that each time the floods come, the water covers previously safe areas of land. But deforestation and changing agricultural practices aren't the only human factors contributing to flooding. This is what rush hour looks like in downtown Dhaka. As Bangladesh's population has grown, so too have its cities. Buildings, roads and other hard surfaces increase runoff, and poor planning mean there's little infrastructure to take water away.
In Dhaka city there were large areas which were low-lying areas, so in the monsoon season, when the flood season came, the water would go and accumulate there rather than coming into our roads and houses. But those lands are now being filled up and houses are being built. So where does the water go? It just comes into the city and blocks the roads and floods the houses.